My friends, and my family. My father is here, 85 years old. Some of you will remember, he taught you in Bukit Panjang school. He met my mother in Bukit Panjang school. That's why I'm here. My friends, in this election, all of us need to answer a few questions. First, who are you voting for? No, it's not just me. What is the character and the values and the belief of the people you're voting for? I want to share my story so you know who you're voting for when I ask for your vote. I'm a fourth generation Singaporean. Fourth. My great-grandparents left India and China to come to Singapore. But 87 years ago, my mother's father died on a business trip to China. He died as my grandmother had already 2 young children and was expecting my mother. My mother never saw her father. My mother, my grandmother, their lives were suddenly turned upside down. Despair, fear, hopelessness. When my mother was born, money was tight, life was tough. She talked about malnutrition, talked about being skinny. She told my father I'm probably infertile. Of course, she was wrong because there were 5 of us born. But this history of deprivation left an indelible mark on her, and she passed those values to me. I also received a card from her sister who said during the war, as the Japanese bombs were falling and they were rushing to get shelter, she knocked her head, sustained some kind of concussion, and never did as well as she did before in school. So my friends, what I want to tell you is that for me, my family history has taught me certain things. First, life can be tough, life can be unfair, things can go wrong suddenly, illness can destroy hopes for families. Second, we need our families, we need our community, and we need governments to provide support. Third, we need to work hard, because without hard work, without economic growth, there is nothing to redistribute. My mother always lived within her means. You know, she passed away too early, and I remember her setting aside money to give her grandchildren. And I found that very painful because I knew that every dollar that she gave her grandchildren are here today, was a dollar that she did not spend on herself, a dollar that she did not waste. She believed in leaving a legacy, that every generation will leave more for the next generation. So my friends, I don't have time today to give you a full speech, but I want to say this to you. The values that I have, I believe, are the values that all of you have. The story of Singapore is the story of each of your families. And now at this election, you just need to answer some questions. Who do you trust? Thank you. Who has a track record? In this town, my team and Dr. Teo, have we transformed this town? Are your lives better and stronger and more hopeful now than they were before? Are we just talking, or are we taking action? Are we the People's Action Party? And most importantly, are we listening to our people? Are we listening to their hopes, their fears, and trying in practical, honest ways to give hope, to give a future to our children, to look after the old, to give more support for the middle class and for the professionals, the managers, the executives, even as we go into an uncertain world, a dangerous world? Singapore is a glorious red dot. DPM Tharman has just told you how we are unique in creating this fair and just society that we promised each other 50 years ago. Now, as we make decisions for the future, now as the PAP promises that we will ensure seniors have a dignified life, that young children, young people can chase their dreams, that the middle class and the professionals will have your burdens shared. I ask you for your support. Please support people you know, people you trust, people who take action, people who will lead us into the future. Thank you all very much.